Hey everybody, this is my new gun. Just like I wanted. It's tube fed, 22 short, long rifle. It's a Mossberg model 46B, and that was kind of the ideal one for me. It's got this neat trigger guard and this little cover that goes over the ejection port. I got it for $100, and it's in not the best condition. It's not really real beat up, but a little bit. Here it's missing the sight elevator that makes it go up and down. That's more commonly seen on air rifles, but it had that. It originally had, right here where there are these two missing screws, a peep sight, and there's a few of those that are available. I don't know, they're kind of expensive. I may not get them. Right here there are two screws holding these holes shut, and that's for a scope mount. That mount's still available through Brownells and a couple of other places. I'll probably go ahead and get one of those for it. On the end here, this end sight is a marbles. It's got marbles written on it real small, and you can't see that, but that's a replacement, I'm pretty sure. It usually had a ramp front sight, and that's a screw hole for that. I may try to get another replacement just to complete it, but I probably won't, and just go with the scope. So, let's see. When I got it home as fast as I could, and I didn't test everything out. You couldn't take it off safe, and it would cock and everything. But when you put bullets in it and try to load it, and of course I couldn't do this at the store, they come up, but they wouldn't fit up into the ejector and extractor claws, or however you want to say that. So after some disassembly, I found out that was because it was missing a piece inside here. I can take it apart and show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. If we take this off, and of course you can see here, this is obviously not the original. Those may still be available. I haven't even looked. But we take it out, we can see here, and if you see drops of sweat falling, that's because this is Texas and it's like 100,000 degrees, and I'm in my garage. Right here I had to put in 2 washers, and that's because, and I've got this part already ordered, that's because there's a part that used to go here and would come back and hold tension on the trigger, because this gun originally featured an adjustable trigger pull. But until that part gets in, 2 washers to hold the space, and with that space in place, these 2 little flip things here, springs, are able to function properly, and the screw is not screwed in as far as it would be. If you screw the screw in as far as it was screwed in, it blocks the bolt from extracting fully from the action, and that causes loading and ejection problems, of course. So anyway, the safety on it is a trigger block safety, and they had this all screwed up and not assembled properly. You flip it like this, and that little bump blocks the trigger from being pulled. Flip it off, goes bang. The idiots that had it before me had beat on it with a hammer or something, or pried it, and they kind of screwed up the lines back here. You can kind of see that these are, excuse my poor manicure, are kind of beat up. So I'm going to get a little file out and try to refile those. A part is not available for that as nearly as I can figure, but functionally it works. So I'm okay with that. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it as far as the way that thing works. Usually you used to be able to tell if it was on fire or safe. Let me just set this back in here real quick. There we go. You used to be able to tell if it was on fire or safe by these 2 holes back here. There's one here, and if I flip this over, which I'll probably have to cock the gun to do that, one there. So we have these 2 little dots. And there is a red and a green insert that is, I think, still available through Brownells. That goes in there. Some guy was nice enough to write F and S, scrawl it on there with a ballpoint pen, but he didn't dent the stock. I plan to refinish the stock. There's no gouges out of it. You know, it's not in the best condition, but little stuff like this is mostly just where varnish has come off of it. You got a few dings back here, but these are not gouges, they're just depressions. So a hot iron with some water on a wash rag will probably lift that out. It's got a neat little cheek swell and everything. The length of pull is just about right for me. This is the original butt plate, but of course you could finish or you could fit a recoil pad on it, but I think that'd be kind of silly on a 22. It originally had some little removable swivels that went here. You can still get those swivels, but they're like $30 a piece, so I may not. And of course, up here was where the other swivel used to go. I'm not sure. I haven't even started to look at the thread on this to see if it's compatible with any of the Uncle Mike stuff, but if it is, I'll just use an Uncle Mike's in the front and get a really expensive one for the back. So now I'll screw that in a minute. Anyway, so there it is. Maybe not the best gun, but it's pretty good for $100, and it's exactly what I wanted. So there you are. Thanks for watching.